Alright, good evening, YouTubers. It's about 9 o'clock at night, and I am going to do this experiment real quick because it's getting on my head. So, what I did is I unplugged my cord to the vevor so it doesn't run off the wall. I tried to run my vacuum cleaner a while ago just to kind of test out the inverter because I haven't really had it. You know, that's 3,000 watts. I haven't really had it. I ran that vacuum cleaner one other time. So, but a while ago on my evening edition, I ran the vacuum off this, and the grid power kicked in, and the grid power kicked in. It didn't charge the battery, but it did a little bit, but it didn't charge it all the way up. So we are at 26.5. Sorry about that. There is no load, so the cord is unplugged. It's not down there. So oh, here's Saturn. She wants to say hi. So let's go in here. It's going to be loud. Let me find a switch. It's running it. I got a fault. 04. Do have a fault. 04. Alright, 04 fault. And the fans did kick up. The fans did ramp up. So let's go get the instruction booklet for the vevor and see what it said. It's flashing 04. Still flashing 04. And let's see real quick on what the 04 is. I had a comment. It said that the battery's probably not strong enough. 04 is low battery. Okay, so battery is not. The fridge is on, and there's a low there. So we plug this back in. It's plugged in. Still flashing red. Just see here. So the 04 is a low battery, and it's not low battery because of 26 there. So the wall didn't kick in. So let's turn before I turn this on, it kicked in. Not doing nothing. It dropped down to 25.4. vevor did ramp up, but the AC is not kicking in, as you can tell. So it is plugged in. There it is. So it's registering a little. Oh, there it is. Cool. AC, the grid just kicked in. The warning light went off. And it's literally charging it. You hear it, fans kick up. So apparently, you were right. My batteries weren't strong enough. So if the batteries ain't strong enough, that means I'm new to this, so I'm trying to work through this. If that inverter is a 3,000 watt inverter, and so I got 20 2,580 watt hours. And so that's a 3,000 watt inverter. So yeah, I'm trying to figure this. So the batteries ain't strong enough. Okay, that's I'm trying to rack my head around that idea, and I don't quite. So that's watt hours. So I was only pulling 1 kilowatt, and that's 2 kilowatt battery bank down there. No, yeah, whatever. I don't quite understand why that. But it did run it though. So it did run it. It didn't cut off or nothing. So maybe it's a setting, that low battery voltage. Maybe it's a setting. I have to do some research. And what is 25 volts? Is that on a 24 volt system? Well, it's 25.6 volts, and I was reading 25.6. So yeah, I have to do some research on the 24 volt battery, what's 100% and what's 90 and all that good stuff. But it ran it. I don't know for how long, but I had to do this before I went to bed tonight. I had to figure out. I was gonna do this tomorrow, but no, I can't do that. So extra video for you guys. So just to recap real quick, the vacuum cleaner did run. I had a fault light 04, that was low battery voltage. I had the vevor unplugged from the wall, so it wouldn't. Before I ran this, I had no fault code, but the wall kicked in, the grid kicked in and took over. Now the grid kicked in, it's charging up the battery, so this is not strong enough to run my vacuum. It ran it. It didn't shut off, but whatever. So, all right, guys. Well, this is definitely a good night for you. That experiment there. So when I get my new batteries next week, that's the first thing I'm going to do. I'm going to load this bad boy down. So next week, probably next Saturday, I would say, I am going to run the vacuum cleaner off of this. I am going to run my coffee pot off of this, because I make tea, so not coffee, but my tea. I'm going to run my coffee pot off of this, and then I'm going to run my air fryer off of this. So I'm going to put that 3,000 watt to use next week. I have a warranty on it, and I don't have to have this. So probably next Saturday. I don't think I have to work yet. I don't think so. But this is this week. But definitely next Saturday or Sunday, probably Saturday, I'm gonna run that test. I'm gonna run the vacuum cleaner. I'm gonna run air fryer, and I'm gonna run the coffee maker. All separate, though. I'm not gonna run together. And see what we got. All right, guys. You have a good night. I have to close up the windows because it's cold outside. It's going to get down to 37. She says she loves you guys. Yep. And for you guys who don't know, her name is Saturn. I've had her for roughly 6 years-ish. My boss, the owner of this building, the owner of the business, he lives a county away. So he has a small little farm, cows and chickens, nice little acreage. And so he had some cats that were just, how cats just appear on property. And one of the cats had kittens. So it was a November day, and it was rainy but cold. And he drove in, and his mechanic was going to do some front end work on his truck he had. He had a Dodge Ram. And I wasn't here. I was out working. And I come home and I'll go down to the shop, and there's this cat sitting down there. And she was a tiny thing. She was no bigger than this remote, maybe a little bit bigger. She was probably, her eyes were open. She's probably 12 to 16 weeks old, roughly, we have to guess. Oh well, so she was down there. So apparently, when he drove in, it was cold, rainy. She was up on the transmission, and she made about a 35 mile trip. And so when the mechanic was working on the vehicle, he heard a meow and got her down, and so she was going to be so-called a shop cat. So I'm down there petting on her, loving on her, and my oldest comes in and she wanted to borrow some money for gas, so I gave it to her, and she's like, "Hey, is that your new cat?" I'm like, "Oh hell no, hey, my new cat." She'll take it upstairs. I said, "I'm not taking it upstairs." And she goes, "Well, I help you take care of it. I come over and feed her and play with her." I'm like, "Okay." And so I did, and they don't come over and play with her. But they don't. They've been over here a few times, and Saturn just don't like them. Yeah, she don't like my kids. She growls at them actually. So that's the history of the cat. So you guys have a good night.